You are lying in bed at midnight, phone in hand, blue light in your face, an alarm set for 6 in the morning, and you cannot sleep. You have read the articles. You know about sleep hygiene. You have tried the tips, and still your brain refuses to shut down at the time you have decided it should. Meanwhile, 30,000 years ago, a human being with no alarm clock, no schedule, no phone, no artificial light of any kind, went to sleep, stayed asleep, and woke up exactly when their body needed them to. No app required. So how did they know when to sleep? The answer reveals something about the human body that most modern people have completely lost touch with. And once you understand it, the way you think about sleep will never be the same. Modern humans have a complicated relationship with sleep. We fight it, schedule it, medicate it, track it with devices, and feel guilty when we do not get enough of it. We treat sleep as a productivity variable, something to be optimized, compressed, and managed around the demands of everything else we consider more important. But sleep did not evolve to fit around our schedules. Sleep is ancient. It is one of the most fundamental biological processes in the human body. And for hundreds of thousands of years before alarm clocks and artificial light existed, ancient humans slept in a way that was entirely governed by forces far more powerful and far more precise than any device we have since invented. The single most important signal governing ancient human sleep was light. Specifically, the relationship between light and a tiny structure in the human brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, the body's master clock. This structure sits in the hypothalamus and receives direct input from specialized cells in the eyes that are sensitive not to visual detail, but specifically to the wavelength and intensity of ambient light. When light enters the eyes in the morning, this master clock receives a signal. It sets the biological clock for the day. It triggers a cascade of hormonal events, including the suppression of melatonin and the initiation of cortisol release, that shift the body from sleep mode into waking mode. In the evening, as light faded and the sky shifted toward the longer red wavelengths of sunset, the reverse process began. The master clock registered the change in light quality and quantity. Melatonin production began rising. Core body temperature began dropping. The biological drive towards sleep intensified smoothly and naturally across the hours between sunset and full darkness. Ancient humans did not decide to feel sleepy. Their biology made them sleepy, on schedule, every single day, in direct response to the light environment that surrounded them. The sun was their alarm clock, and it was extraordinarily precise. Here is where it gets interesting. Research on modern hunter-gatherer communities, groups in Tanzania, Bolivia, and Namibia that still live without artificial light, has produced findings that completely overturn some of the most widely held assumptions about natural human sleep. The assumption was that without artificial light, ancient humans must have slept when it got dark and woken when it got light, producing long sleep periods of 9 or 10 hours. The research found something completely different. These communities typically fall asleep not at sunset, but approximately 3 hours after sunset. They wake not at dawn, but slightly before it. Their total sleep time averages between 6 and 7 hours, less than most sleep researchers had assumed, and notably less than what modern sleep advice typically recommends. But their sleep quality, measured by brain activity, is dramatically different from modern urban sleepers. It is deeper, more consolidated, with significantly more slow-wave deep sleep and far less of the fragmented lighter sleep that characterizes modern insomnia. They were not sleeping longer. They were sleeping better. Light was not the only signal governing ancient sleep. Temperature played an equally important role. The human body's sleep onset is closely tied to a drop in core body temperature. As the environment cooled at night, the body's natural temperature drop aligned with the environmental temperature drop in a way that powerfully reinforced the biological sleep drive. Ancient humans sleeping outdoors or in open shelters experienced a genuine nightly temperature cycle that modern humans in climate-controlled bedrooms have largely eliminated. Fire changed this dynamic in a specific way. Ancient communities that gathered around fires at night, which was essentially all of them, extended their wakeful evening hours in a way that is directly reflected in the hunter-gatherer research. The fire provided warmth, light, and social gathering space that kept communities awake for those 2 to 3 hours between sunset and sleep that we see in modern hunter-gatherer groups. The fire was not just a heat source. It was the social and temporal organizer of the ancient evening. Around it, communities talked, told stories, maintained social bonds, processed the day's events. Then when the fire died down and the cold and dark returned fully, the biological sleep signals that had been building during those evening hours became impossible to resist. Waking up was as natural as falling asleep. Ancient humans woke because their biology woke them. Cortisol, the hormone that initiates the transition from sleep to wakefulness, rises naturally in the hours before dawn in direct response to the approaching change in light, even before that light is directly visible. Body temperature begins rising. Heart rate increases slightly. The brain transitions through progressively lighter sleep stages toward wakefulness. All of this happened automatically, on a biological schedule calibrated by tens of thousands of years of exposure to natural light cycles. Anthropological studies of hunter-gatherer communities consistently describe waking as gradual and natural rather than abrupt. Members of these communities rarely described feeling the sharp disorientation of being pulled from deep sleep by an external signal. They woke when their body was ready to wake, which turns out to be an extraordinarily important distinction from how most modern humans wake. Mid-sleep cycle, pulled out of deep or REM sleep by an alarm, producing the grogginess and cognitive impairment that billions of modern humans experience as a normal part of every morning. Here is what all of this means. The sleep problems that affect hundreds of millions of modern humans: insomnia, poor sleep quality, difficulty waking, chronic tiredness despite adequate hours in bed, are almost entirely products of a mismatch between the ancient biological system that governs human sleep and the modern environment that system was never designed to operate in. Artificial light after sunset tells the master clock it is still daytime. Climate control eliminates the temperature signal that reinforces sleep onset. Alarm clocks pull the body from sleep at arbitrary points in the sleep cycle. Screens flood the eyes with exactly the wavelength of light most effective at suppressing melatonin. Ancient humans did not have better discipline about sleep. They had better light, and their biology did the rest. Ancient humans knew when to sleep because their bodies told them with absolute clarity. Through light, temperature, and biology refined over hundreds of thousands of years of nights without electricity. They did not need an app. They did not need a schedule. They needed darkness and the night air and a dying fire. And every single morning they woke up exactly when their body was ready. Drop a comment below. Does this change how you think about your own sleep? And if DocVault unlocks something real today, you already know what to do. The vault opens again next week.